Good morning, my dear yogi, and welcome to another Yoga with Paulina online classes. Today I will show you a very short Yin Yoga when the sun is up, when it's pretty hot, when you need to just calm down, de-stress yourself a little bit from the hectic life you're in, and to find your beautiful stretched body. So let's begin. For the class today, you might need 2 blocks. If you're not having a block, grab a pillow, grab a blanket, grab maybe some books that you can use for protection, for more height, and to help you realign. Okay, first let's start with warming up your spine in some cat and cow, and as you see, I'm gonna be very low. I'm not gonna stand up. Everything we're gonna do sitting or lying down. So come to your hands and knees. Keep your hands shoulder width wide, knees hip width wide. Tuck or untuck your toes and just arch your spine a few times up and down. While you're arching down, lifting your head and tailbone up, take a deep inhale. Other way around, exhale. Every time you move, try to go a bit deeper in your poses. Yeah, very good. And then come to your straight spine, untuck your toes. Move your pelvis on your heels, keeping your knees parallel to each other, even knees together, and slowly lower your forehead down on the mat. If that's too hard for you, grab a block, place it under your forehead so your third eye can rest gently, and stay here for a few deep breaths. While you're taking an inhale, I'm just lifting my head so you can hear me better. Stretch the space in between your shoulders, your back ribs, in between your kidneys, your lumbar spine, stretching your whole spine, your whole back. Very good. And now lift your head. Slowly roll yourself on hands and knees for another few deep cat and cow. Great. And then toward your straight spine. Now stretch your right leg behind you. Move your heel backwards, stretching the calf, your belly button in, wide space in between your shoulder blades, crown moving forward. Well, you won't need that block. Now move your knee to your chest, arch your spine, and step your foot in between your heels. You want to have ankle underneath, your knee underneath your ankle. And now take your 2 blocks. Place it one over another one. I like to do it like that. Move it slightly behind and then release your pelvis on top, your actually right hip. slowly move up. If it's moving, you can change your position. Yeah, great. And now place your hands on your front knee and lift your sternum up for a little back bend. It's stretching the iliopsoas muscle slightly. If that's too hard for you, stay here for shorter. Me, I'm usually doing 5 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale 1. Inhale and exhale 2. If this is easy for you, you can also interlace your fingers and stretch them downward for a stronger back bend. Yeah, great. That was my 5 breaths. Place your hands down, your blocks on the side. Move your knee closer to the knee and another cat and cows. Yeah, very good. So spine is warmed up again. Second side, stretch your left toes down, heel backwards, stretching your calf, your core is strong, shoulders wide, your crown moving toward the front. Now knee to your chest, step forward, and again make that funny contraction for your left hip. Of course, if this is too high, you can always lower down. Me, I'm having some tense issues. Yeah, I have some tense issues, if you can say so. And slowly lift up, push away from your front thigh, lift your sternum. Stay here for 5 breaths. If it's too much, come back down. You can stay in this pose if that feels good for you, maybe even with blocks underneath your hands. If this is not enough, interlace your fingers. Move your hands down for a deeper back bend and more stretch of your iliopsoas. Yeah. And then slowly move down, take your blocks away. Yeah, very good. Place your knees back together, and this time walk them wide apart and wild-legged child's pose. Your forehead down. Stay here for another 5 or 6 deep breaths. Now slowly lift your head. Walk your hands closer toward your pelvis. Sit on one side and move your feet to the front. Keep your soles together and move them closer to you as much as it feels comfortable. Find your 2 sit bones. If, for example, one of them is lifting up, you can place something underneath like a block, blanket, bolster. Grab your toes, your ankles, your shins, or your knees, whatever is more comfortable for you. I know we're all in a different part of our practice. Gently lift your heart. You find your beautiful straight spine. And now bend your elbows, moving your whole chest front as much as it feels comfortable. And now when you feel first stretch of your inner thighs, walk your hands front. Try to keep your spine straight. Maybe it's gonna be just here, don't worry. You're not a yoga teacher yet. And now release your whole upper spine, round and arch. Release your neck and stay here for a few breaths. If it's really hard for your neck spine, grab another block or two. Remember that blocks have different heights, so you can even make yourself resting here. And stay another 4 or 5 breaths. And then after those breaths, lift your head, walk your hands slowly. Yeah, place your blocks on the side. Great. Lift your knees, walk more toward the front. And now your feet go to your left side. Your right foot is touching the thigh. Now we're gonna do a more gentle version of a hero pose or a deer, but without a twist. Keep your blocks nearby so it's easy for you to grab them. Actually, I'm gonna show you on the first, no. And now let's move your feet toward your right side. Your right is bent, your left foot touching the thigh, just as I'm showing. Hopefully you can see it. Keep your blocks on the side, easy to grab and handy. This is gonna be a pose very similar to deer or an easier version of a hero that I find better for my students and better to stretch that iliopsoas even more. So now when your feet are on your right side, we move to the left. We move toward this knee on the side. And you slowly go toward that knee and then slowly backwards, first on your elbow. And then try to find an easy transition on your spine. If this is too hard, if your knee is rising up, if you feel a lot of tension, you can grab your blocks, place one over your, in between your shoulders and one behind your head. It's super comfortable. Well, it's supposed to be comfortable. And stay here for another 5 breaths, hands by your side, close your eyes. Over a time, you realize that this is more and more stretch. You might take those blocks away. I'm gonna show you with the blocks because it's much easier, much more comfortable. And so you don't feel alone as well. Use your full, complete yoga breath to stretch your chest in all directions, front and back, up and down, right and left, leaving you very calm and relaxed. Good. And after those 5 breaths, open your eyes. And now we go the same way we came into the pose. So, toward your left side, now push, elbow down, hand down, and come up. And now bring your knees up, and then to the other side. So as you see, my whole foot and knee is on the mat, second sole touching the thigh, and now I kind of move toward that right knee. Well, I have here a wall, and with a round movement, go behind first. Sorry, maybe I should show you before. So first your elbow, and then very gentle place your shoulders into that pose. And again, if it's too hard for you, if you're starting at the very beginning of your day, or maybe you are very tensed, use your blocks, one in between your shoulders, like that, and one behind your neck, and then it's a super comfortable pose. Of course, you can also use a bolster if you have one. By the way, for more chest opening, you can also grab your opposite elbow and move it behind to open your chest spine even more. But if you're not feeling like it, stay in your primal pose. Breathing nice and gently. Yeah. And after those 5 breaths, open your eyes, move toward your right side, and gently come up. I know that was a lot for a stretch, so right now let's go into Shavasana for another 5 or 6 breaths just to realign yourself. Your hands by your side, very slowly roll down. Hands by your side, stretch your legs. Or if that was too much for your groins, for your iliopsoas, knees together, heels wide apart, triangular shape in your legs, hands by your side. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, ankles, wrists, stretch a little bit, side to side. Maybe yawn if that's the beginning of a day. Like in my case. Okay, move your knees to your chest, rock side to side, hugging them to your belly. And then rock to your one side. Gently push, coming up. Keep your eyes closed. Place your hands together in front of your chest or on your heart. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, bow your chin to the chest, mind to your heart. And let's chant one Om to end the moving practice. You can listen or chant with me. And now very slowly and gently blink open your eyes and raise your gaze. And I want to thank you so much for being with me today. And I hope this little yin practice will help you to realign, to stretch, and especially to take some pain from your lower spine by stretching that iliopsoas that we worked on today. And see you next week on Yoga with Paulina. Hari Om Om Tat Sat. Namaste. And bye-bye.